Elision. Elision is actually a feature of speaking, but why I have put it here in personal response for the reading skills, because again it is developed in the students to use elision while they are speaking or while they are talking by reading it. First they read it and then they come to know what elision is. Usually when we are talking, we take some pauses, we try to say words like oh, and blah, blah, blah. So these words that we use are actually the elisions. That is the time gap we give between our words to talk. But in writing also, especially in literature, the writers, they show that while they are writing the dialogues or the conversation of characters in a novel or a drama, they do show that there are elisions there. How would the students come to know about elisions until and unless they read it, until and unless they identify it? Sometimes I have noticed that the teachers, they tend to ignore those dots which are written on the reading text, and they do not care for that. The proper method to teach your students about elision is that when they are reading and when there are some dots there or a dash there and there is no word there showing that the speaker who was talking has taken a pause or is thinking, or there are just some inverted commas sometimes given as elision. There's no word there, but there are inverted commas. That means that the speaker was actually wanting to say a particular word, which the reader can very much guess what the word was. But the writer has not given that word because he expects the reader to guess it himself. That is an exercise building up in the student or the reader, that he is going to guess that word. So these elision markers are actually very important. But as a teacher trainer, I have noticed that the teachers tend to ignore that while reading. So basically, how can a teacher identify that there is elision there or there is a pause in the conversation? That is, when she looks at the reading where there are some dots there, or there's a dash there, or there's a blank there where the speaker is supposed to say something, then she has to read that sentence or that paragraph or that text in a similar manner. For example, if there is a sentence, "Where are you going today?" I think I would, so the teacher needs to say the words similarly. But usually these words are being ignored. So what happens when we ignore the elision? We are not developing the skill of our students to understand it is natural language being used. And they also need to use natural language when they are writing such a dialogue. So basically what we are teaching our students, the purpose is that we develop that skill in them, and as a result, as a personal response, they would then respond to it and produce it. So when we are, as teachers, ignoring the fact that the speaker is taking a pause, and we are not taking a pause while reading that sentence, that means we are just deleting that feature from the text. Hence, our students would not know that there is some natural language being used. It is very important, especially for the teacher, to look at elision and read that particular sentence in the same way so that the student knows that this is natural language. Therefore, the writer is using the word oh. These words are important. They are also important language features. And in most of the language papers, this question is added to find out where are the elisions used, why they are being used, and what is the purpose of the writer to use these elisions and students have to respond to this question.